Advice on personal foot care. Having your feet in good working order is important no matter what age you are. Well cared for feet can improve your comfort, mobility, confidence, independence, and have an impact on your overall quality of life. It's important that as you get older, that you continue to get the most out of life and that you're able to carry out activities that are important to you. This film is to give you some guidance on how to look after your feet well. We also have other films that will help carers know how to look after someone else's feet. What is personal foot care?
Personal foot care is the term we use for what a healthy adult would normally do for themselves for their own feet if they are able to. You can do a lot to keep your own feet in good condition. This includes checking that your feet are in good order, keeping your feet clean, providing skin care such as applying moisturiser to dry skin, keeping your toenails at a good length, choosing and wearing good fitting footwear, and getting help if you notice a problem.
Why is good foot care important to you?
It means you can climb, you can walk, you can, just exist.
Well, I'm on my feet for most of the day because I'm really quite active, so I do a lot of walking about in the course of a day, so having good feet is really important.
Well, I just find that if your feet are sore, you can be in a bad mood. Like, if your feet are comfortable and it makes you feel better. That's all.
If your feet's alright, you can walk about, you know.
Grandchildren, and they keep me very active and very busy.
And I enjoy walking anyway, you know, I've always been a walker over the years, with dogs, etc.
Checking that feet are in good order. Get to know your own feet well and know what is normal for you. It's best to do this where there is good natural light or in a well-lit room. If you have diabetes, make sure that you get a healthcare professional to check your feet once a year as part of your annual diabetes review. One way to check your own feet is by using 2 chairs or stools of a similar height. Sit on one and face the other towards you. Bring your leg towards your chest, bend your knee and place one foot on the edge of the other chair or stool and keep your other foot on the floor. Check one foot at a time. Swap over and check the other foot once you're ready. When checking your feet, do one at a time. Look at the top, the sole of the foot, the heel, the toes, and in between the toes. Are there any cuts or sores? Is there any blood or fluid leaking from a sore area? Look out for any changes, such as redness, swelling, or bruising. If you can't see the soles of your feet very well, ask someone else to do this for you. Keeping feet clean. Wash your feet every day if you can. If you are unable to get into the shower or bath regularly, it may be easier to wash your feet using a plastic basin. Fill the basin half full of warm water. Sit comfortably in a chair and place both your feet in the water. Use the soap to lather up and clean all areas of your feet, making sure you get in between your toes. Use the soft brush to rub over the nails. Try not to soak your feet for too long. No more than 10 minutes is the rule, otherwise you will dry out the skin. Dry both your feet carefully, taking care to pat dry in between your toes. If you find it difficult to dry in between your toes, you could try using folded cotton wool pads or cotton buds. Skin care. Caring for your skin is very important. If your skin is dry, apply a moisturising cream every day over the dry areas, usually the tops of the feet, the heel area and the soles of the feet. Massage the cream in well using small circular movements. Do not put cream in between your toes. You can remove small patches of hard or rough skin from your feet by using a foot file or pumice stone. Gently rub the affected area in one direction. Moist or sweaty skin needs a different approach. It's natural for feet to sweat, however sometimes this can be excessive. Sweaty feet can cause an odour, with the skin between the toes becoming white and damp. That's why it's important to wash and dry your feet thoroughly every day. After your daily wash, use cotton wool that is wet with some surgical spirit to dab all areas of your feet, including between your toes.
Here are some things you might like to keep in your personal foot care kit. There are some nail clippers, a range of different emery boards or a nail file, and also a foot file. You might like to keep all of your items together in something like a plastic box or a plastic bag that you can seal.
Cutting and filing toenails.
The tools that you will need to cut and file your toenails are nail clippers and a nail file or emery board. It's a personal preference whether you cut or file your toenails. Also, it is important to wash and dry your hands before and after cutting your toenails. Remember that preventing the spread of germs is very important, and this is why you should have your own personal nail clippers and file and keep them for your use only.
Before you start, make sure you have your personal foot care toolkit to hand, your nail clippers and file.
Sit on one of the chairs or stools and face the other one towards you. Cover this one with a piece of kitchen roll or small towel to collect any nail clippings. Bring your legs towards your chest, bend your knee and place the arch area of your foot on the edge of the other chair or stool. To cut your nails, make several small clips or nibbles on the nail with the tip of the nail clippers. Cut the nails following their natural shape. Aim to have the final length of the nail just below the tip of each toe. Do not cut down the sides of the nails, as this can leave the surrounding skin uncomfortable. Remove any rough edges using your nail file or emery board. File the nails in the direction away from the ankle or in a sideways motion from the sides to the centre of each nail. File thickened nails in the length and in the thickness. You do not need to cut or file all 10 toenails at one go. You can spread this out over a number of days if this is more suitable for you to do so. If there is an accidental cut in the skin that bleeds, apply pressure with a piece of cotton wool and cover with a plaster. When you're finished, wash your hands and throw the nail clippings in your bin.
To keep your own personal foot care toolkit clean and in good order, wash metal and plastic items in warm soapy water after you use them. Rinse them in clear, hot or cold water and allow them to dry thoroughly before storing them back in your plastic box or bag. Filing your toenails. You may prefer to file your nails regularly, and this avoids the need to clip your nails. Filing nails once a week will keep them at a reasonable length. It's easier to file nails when they are dry. File the nails in the direction away from the ankle or in a sideways motion from the sides to the centre of each nail. Thickened nails should be filed in the length and the thickness. Footwear. Footwear means shoes, slippers, socks and tights, anything that you wear on your feet. A good shoe should support and protect your foot and allow natural movement during walking. Wear shoes that are suited to the activity that you are doing. Poorly fitting footwear can cause problems such as corns, calluses and ingrowing toenails. There are some top tips for good footwear. The upper should be made of leather or breathable natural or synthetic materials with seam-free linings. The toe box at the front of the shoe should be deep and roomy to prevent pressure on the toes and on the joints at the side of the foot. The heel should be no more than 3 centimetres or 1.5 inches high and be broad enough to provide stability. The sole should be flexible and cushioned with a good grip. The shoe should be fastened securely to the foot by laces, Velcro or a strap and buckle. The more mobile a person is, the more important it is to have supportive footwear. Shoes should be worn where possible. Only wear slippers for a short time before bed and for a short time when you get up in the morning. Slippers with a Velcro strap can be more securely fixed to the foot to provide support. Like shoes, make sure they are wide and deep enough to prevent pressure on the toes.
Make sure socks and tights are not too tight or pulled up too tight, cutting into the skin. You should be able to wiggle your toes. If you have swollen ankles, avoid socks with elasticated tops and try and get your feet up in a stool for part of the day. Socks should contain a high proportion of materials such as cotton or wool. This allows sweat to evaporate from the skin. Wear cotton socks in summertime for coolness, and in wintertime, wear wool socks for warmth.
Foot problems. These are some foot problems that might cause some concern, so look out for. If your toe, your nail, or part of your foot is red, hot, swollen, or painful. If you have a sore on your foot, or if there is any blood or pus present. If you notice any of these and are worried about your feet, then contact your local NHS podiatry department or your GP practice for advice. If you're looking for general information on foot care, have a look at the NHS Inform website or ask your local chemists or your local NHS podiatry department. Personal foot care, a summary of the key points. Personal foot care is the term we use for what a healthy adult would normally do for their own feet if they are able to. These films have provided information and guidance to help you look after your feet well. We have described personal foot care and what it means, how to check that your feet are in good order, how to care for your skin, how to cut and to file your toenails, choosing and wearing good footwear, and what to do if you notice a problem with your feet. Useful websites. These films have been developed by the Scottish Government to assist people and anyone looking after the feet of others to be confident in providing personal foot care. Sincere thanks to everyone involved in the production and development of these films, with particular thanks to staff and media students James Livingston, Maxine MacDonald and Aidan Kerr from the Centre of Performing Arts at Reed Kerr College in Paisley, and to staff from NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde.